Alrighty, let's just do a quick check here. Make sure we're coming through loud and clear. Perfect. Hello everyone, welcome to PGR League Racing. I am your host, Sidonia Muse. Tonight, for the second race of our season, we're here at the Temple of Speed, where all the madness goes down, Monza, here in sunny Italy, for looking like pretty clear skies for this race. Should be pretty standard, but nothing. It should be a standard race, but it's Monza madness. Anything can happen. Looks like we're gonna have a pretty stacked grid here tonight. At least 15 guys showing up tonight. Should be pretty exciting and entertaining for you all in chat. But before we can get into any of that, like always, we're gonna have a quick pre-race interview to kick things off with one of our drivers. And tonight we're gonna be interviewing Abrupt from Ferrari, coming off of a strong first race at Hungary. For anyone who was watching last week, where he almost could have had the win there, but missed out on it due to an unfortunate safety car coming out. So we're gonna get him in here and have a quick interview with him. Alrighty, let me make sure I actually got the, because I think I have to turn it on every time. Yeah. I just turned it on that time. Yeah. I almost forgot about that. Make sure.
Yep. I got it on.
Okay. Let me just check there.
I got it.
Yeah, I gotcha. Perfect. Alrighty, man. How you been doing? You've been practicing here. I know this isn't like one of your favorite tracks, but how are you feeling about your pace and your racecraft here tonight at Monza?
It's gonna be pretty well, not too bad at all. You know.
Obviously, we got a lot of new faces. We're gonna have a pretty stacked grid here tonight. Some of these new guys have been coming in strong, like Drew Blee. Was looking pretty strong last week up there with you and Vodka at Hungary. What's your goal for tonight? Do you think that you can get podium, or are you just hoping for like a points finish?
I'm just hoping for a points finish, to be honest. I don't have a good track record here, so
Yeah, true. Yeah, I know anything can happen here though. Craziness, so maybe a safety car will work in your favor this time, because obviously you had the unfortunate one last week at Hungary.
no doubt, no doubt.
Which robbed you of a win there. But you said you're not a big fan of this track here tonight, but coming up, we have a really exciting calendar this season for PGR coming up in the next couple of weeks. Is there one track coming up soon in the next couple of weeks that you're you think you could do really good on? I know we got Portugal coming up. You're a fan of Portugal,
I
right?
don't know. I haven't really looked through the schedule a whole lot. Portugal's okay. Tricky track, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking more forward to like Baku or something.
Yeah, Baku as well. Baku coming up 2 weeks from now, I believe. So that'll be a really exciting race as well. Lots of carnage that goes down there. But now I think obviously the elephant in the room, the most exciting thing that's happened for you going into this season is your change to Ferrari. How did that come about? Doing the 180, being like, psych, you thought I wanted Red Bull, but I actually want to get in that Ferrari. How'd that all
Yeah,
come about?
I wanted a challenge, maybe a different, so I already raced a Red Bull and a couple other cars, and I haven't been in a Ferrari yet, so I wanted the challenge of trying to get a hold of that car. So worked
Yeah, because
out pretty
obviously,
well so far.
right, worked out good for you last weekend. Now, obviously, it's a whole different beast. Are there any significant differences that really stand out to you between this car and the Williams and the Red Bull?
Um, Not too much difference in the Red Bull and the Ferrari. Between the Williams and this car, definitely, the car actually handles better around corners and brakes better. So I don't know, it handles differently.
Yeah, for sure. Now, last thing I'm gonna ask you before we, head in and get into this race. Obviously you're teamed up with another veteran of the league here now with Smoke. Both of you guys, consistently here every week, putting out performances. Generally doing fairly well. Do you think you guys have a good chance this season at making a run for the constructors?
I do. I think we have a good shot at the constructors this season. Even though there's some pretty good teams out there, we got a good shot at it.
Yeah, of course. Now, like Mercedes coming off strong with Sling and Slim uh, last week. Are they the ones you're most worried about, or is there a different team that's also kind of
I'm definitely worried about
causing?
them for sure. And I'm also worried about Vodka and Ray Bush. That Red Bull team, that one's pretty strong too. That Ray Bush seems like he's getting it together pretty good
He is, yeah,
this
and this is one
season.
of
So
his favorite tracks too, Monza. So hopefully he can show what he's made of here. He already had a good start last week at Hungary. Showed decent pace there, so he should have even more pace here tonight. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of lap times he gets down and what you get down as well. So yeah, I'm gonna let you go now, man. But good luck with the race, and hopefully we'll see you up there in the points.
sir, I'm definitely going to try, and good luck to everybody on the grid tonight.
Alrighty, good luck, man.
Yes, sir.
And that is Abrupt Pew Pew, one of our Ferrari drivers with his teammate Smoke. Both of them looking to come out with a vengeance here tonight after, Smoke had the unfortunate DNF causing the safety car, which, messed up his teammate Abrupt's race. Kind of a bad way to start it for the Ferrari team, but can they pull it back tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Vodka victory coming off his win last week at Hungary. So once again, he'll definitely be one of the favorites to win here tonight. He's been fast the past 2 seasons here. Put down some good performances. Hasn't had a win here before at Monza, but he has had some really good lap times. So I'd be very shocked to not see Vodka victory up on the podium tonight. Someone else who's going to be here tonight, I don't see him in the list of players there, but like I said, Drupally, who was here last weekend, just beat out Slingshot to the podium at Hungary. He also looked pretty quick last week. We'll see if he can keep that trend up for this week, or if it was a one-hit wonder situation. We'll have to see how that plays out for him. Someone else of note is obviously Firewater, who, might not have had the greatest showing last weekend at Hungary, but you can never count Firewater out. Definitely can just show up and make a run for the win. All track depending. Speaking of Drupally, there he is now, joining back there. So it's looking like this is going to be everyone for tonight. Someone at Greybush, looks like Greybush is missing his teammate, Larry. Uncle Larry is missing. He's not here tonight to fight with Greybush on Red Bull. So Greybush is going to have to make the run himself tonight. Try to put points on the board for Red Bull. We also have Stony Stewart back from last season. He's going to be in the Alfa Romeo with Bad Madu, who's not here tonight, doesn't look like. So we'll see what Stoney can do. Wasn't able to pull a win last season. Had a couple opportunities, but things happened, such as safety cars, etc. So we might be able to see Stoney pull it off here, pull off a good showing here as well. He's one you definitely don't want to count out either. And I just want to say, I said this last weekend, but I'm going to say it again. Just want to give a quick introduction to some of our new drivers in the league who we didn't have last season. So everyone in chat, give a big warm welcome to Wooly Mixer, driving on the Aston Martin, getting used to the wheel, fairly new to the wheel, but still already showing great pace. Gonna see what he got here tonight. J-Max in the Alpine, an iRacing veteran, now looking to have a shot at Formula 1 here on F122. So we're going to see what he can do with his teammate Great Ace, who's just coming off of a Constructors win last season, well, the past 2 seasons. And like I said, then we have Drupally, who's in the Haas, who had first race at PGR, already got a podium. It's pretty wild. So we're going to see them all up there tonight. I think the reason why it's taking so long, I think we're trying to get one of our other new drivers into the game named CeeLo, who was here last week. I think they're still trying to get CeeLo into the lobby. Not really sure. Oh, looks like we're starting. Okay. Looks like it's time to get things underway for our qualifying session before we get into the full 27-lap race. To set the grid, see who got the pace. Now, obviously, pace isn't everything. Very easy to make a mistake or things to go wrong here at Monza. So it's not going to be the end-all be-all. If someone doesn't have the pace, they could definitely still have a great showing. However, this track is pretty oriented around the pace, though. It's such a small track. Not a ton of super clean overtaking spots. Obviously, you got like the long straightaway. That's probably your best bet. If not, the straightaway coming down to the final sector of the track. Another great opportunity there. So hopefully the guys let the grid spread out a little bit before they go for these moves, because it's very tempting to want to go for certain moves here, especially on the first chicane there at the start of the track. But you kind of just got to take it easy and let everyone settle in before you start going for crazy stuff. This is a track that a lot of people, we saw last time here, there was a lot of mistakes for pretty much everyone here last time in PGR that we raced here, so I would be very shocked if there wasn't at least one safety car here tonight. Getting into this qualifying now, gonna hop on with someone who I already know is gonna come out right away. Generally, vodka victory. Here he goes. Rocking the Alpha Tauri this time around this season. While we wait for him to go on his outlap, just going to give a quick reminder that we, PGR, we are a no assists wheel only league here on F122. In all previous and future installments in the F1 franchise. You know, we got almost a stacked grid, but I think we still have at least one slot open on the Williams team. If anyone's still looking to join, message our league admin Slim Fug either on Xbox or Discord, and he'll be sure to hook you up with that final seat potentially. If anyone is up for the task. We're on board Vodka. He's going to be the first one to start a hot lap. We'll see what he can put down. Obviously, it won't be the end-all be-all. Last week, it was pretty much the first lap time was beaten pretty much immediately. But you never know. Last season, we had some weird instances where the first lap time that was put down was actually the pole lap, where no one was able to beat that the first lap time. Sometimes weird moments. But yeah, a lot of guys already out itching to get their times in. So here we go. Vodka starts the first hot lap, followed by a couple other cars. Hop on between each of them as we see fit come up to the first chicane here. See how Vodka takes this. He does a pretty good job there to start us off. Already got a yellow flag back in sector 3. Someone running a little wide. Looks like, I believe that's Doyle and Drupally following behind Vodka there. Trying to get lap times in as well. So, once we get this first hot lap from Vodka in, check out some of the other guys. Interested to see what Drupally, who's behind Vodka, what he posts. Very intrigued. Here he goes. Vodka Victor comes around the final turn. Let's see what his time is. He's really hugging that line there. He gets a 122.1. Let's see what Drupally gets. Drupally with a 123.6. Going to be followed by Doyle here right now, crossing the line with the 126. Not the greatest times, but we also have Slingshot crossing the line here now. Ooh, Slingshot hopping up with that 123 clean, that clean 0. That's going to move him up ahead of Drupally for now. About half a second faster than Drupally, but as we see, they get split. Him and Vodka get split by Wooly with the 122.8. 7/10 slower than Vodka. Still a solid time. Vodka and Wooly, the only two guys to get 122s at the moment. But those are still great times from Slingshot and Drupally, followed by J-Max with a 124. Greybush only coming out with a 127 to start off, but I believe that was him who ran wide, so he's going to have to go again. He can definitely do much better than that. And let's hop on with Watchman, one of our guys who joined us last season, has returned for this season. Really hugging that line there, but getting away with it. He's out trying to get a time in here. We'll see what happens. More yellow flags coming out. Looks like, oh. Something going on there. Everyone's okay. Check that out there. But yeah, Watchman posting the 124.7. It's going to put him smack dab in the middle there. Just ahead of J-Max. All the front guys going in to get fresh set on. After getting that quick time in, just to see how the rest of the grid stacks up here now. Great Ace gonna have to go around again. He's invalidated his time. It appears Greybush pulling into the pits now, though. I guess wants to recharge his battery so he can go again. Oh, and looks like Doyle spins out there. That's gonna ruin that lap time. He was on a decent lap time there, but messed up. Slingshot's lap time's looking all screwy here. Vodka still holding fast his lap for the time being. Half the grid, though, still have yet to post their times. We have Redline F1, another one of our new drivers, joined in a little late there, but just in time to still get a time in for qualifying. So that's great. Doyle letting his teammate Firewater go by. Firewater still yet to get a time down. We're going to hold down with him now as he makes his way around the final turn of the track. See what he posts. Oh, runs a little wide there. Full yellow flags up. Looks like I've been watching running a little wide. There we go. Firewater with the 122.2. Less than a tenth under Vodka victory. So right now, Firewater, the only one really able to get close to Vodka's time here. We see Great Ace. He finally gets a time in. 123.4. Good stuff to him. That's going to put him there between Slingshot and Drooply. Not bad at all. But yeah, great stuff to Firewater, though. Just barely missing out. Though we see Great Ace gets a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking? What? In all my time commenting PGR, I've never seen that before, ever. A 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. Wow. Okay, well that's really going to hurt Great Ace's race then. Jeez. That's going to make things really rough for him. As we see Slim posting the 123.6. Not a bad lap time for him either. Him and his teammate Slingshot again up there. Really fighting for that Constructors this season. Firewater coming around again. Not going to be able to improve his time though. Vodka Victory's out again. Trying to get a faster lap in. Still 4 guys yet to get times in though. 2 of those being the Ferrari drivers. 9 minutes left of the qualifying session. Vodka Victory says he's currently up 2 tenths coming into this final sector. Let's see if he's able to improve his time even more and get the first 121 of the session, potentially. Oh, but he doesn't. Oh! Slows down there. Knows he's not going to beat his time. Damn. But as we missed there, Wooly actually improved his time a lot. Oh, sorry, no he didn't. My bad. Still with the 122.8. I thought he did, but still in a great position. Still a third, regardless. Still in that position. Holding on with Drooply as he makes his way around the final corner. Unable to improve his time, though, unfortunately. Greybush still with a 123.8 in 8th. Not terrible, but not great for Greybush either. Kind of in a tricky spot there. Compared to everyone else, but looks like Wooly currently up 3 tenths going into this final turn. Let's see if he can improve his time. Try to take pole away from Vodka. Here he goes. Wooly crosses the line. Posts a 122.2, just slightly, ever so slightly slower than Firewater. Still not enough to get past either Firewater or Vodka. There we go. Abrupt posts his first lap time of the qualifying session, 122.4. It's going to put him in 4th for right now. But it's still not over yet, of course. As we can see, Vodka Victory crosses the line, though. Saved a couple tenths. First 121 of the qualifying session, 121.7 for Vodka Victory. He has set the time to beat. That is looking like a solid pole lap to me. It's going to be really hard for anyone to beat that. Amazing quality time. Amazing lap from Vodka Victory there. Saving almost half a second there. But oh, there we go. Drooply, one of Vodka's biggest competitors last week at Hungary. Just new to the season. Coming in hot with that podium last week. Posts a 122.1, which splits Vodka and Firewater. So it's looking like Drooply is going to be up there near the front again. Here in PGR Season 8. Looking really tight between all I mean, Vodka with the clear fastest time there, the 121, but all the other guys there, Druply, Firewater, Wooly, and Abrupt, all pretty close in time to one another. Abrupt's invalidated. He's going to have to go around again if he wants to post a better time. Checking out some of the other guys here. We got Stoney, who still hasn't posted a time yet. He's on full battery though, so it looks like he's not pushing it just yet. We'll have to wait and see what Stoney can put down in that Alfa Romeo. Vodka pulling the pits there now. Watchman. Oh, losing a bit of traction there on the side. Stoney, actually that was his hot lap. Stoney posted a 131.2, but now he's going to go for it. He's actually going to use all that ERS. He's going to go serious here now. So let's see what Stoney can do in this Alfa Romeo. He, you know, we're also still waiting for, and just behind him is Smoke, who's also trying to post his first time as well. Redline, though, has still not come out of the pits, so it looks like he might be starting the session from the back if he doesn't get out there. 4.5 minutes left of the qualifying session. Ooh! Stoney hitting that curb there, but he managed to recover it. He's going to keep going. Going into Sector 3, he is still saving a lot of time, so it's still worth it to post. Smoke, though, unfortunately there, had some issues and validated his time. He's going to have to go around again, but he is running out of time if he wants to improve. Most of the guys are in the pits now. Looks like a lot of them are going to be taking what they can get here at Monza. Stoney coming around, he's going to cross the line. Gets a 122.3, so even with that mistake there from Stoney in Sector 2, still able to pull a 122.3 ahead of Abrupt. Good stuff to him. Solid lap. Gonna hold on with Graybush as he goes into Sector 2 here now. See if he's able to move himself up, currently pretty low in the order. On a track that he's really, that he's a big fan of, usually pretty comfortable here, but he's really struggling in this qualifying session to compete. Well, unfortunately, no, he's still losing time here going into the third sector. We see Watchman, though, was doing the qualifying on the mediums, though. Interesting choice. But it worked out for him. He's there in 8th. So if he keeps that up, you know, he will be starting in the points at that rate. 2 minutes left of the qualifying session. He's there in 8th ahead of the likes of Great Ace and Slim. So hey, not a bad quality for Watchman when you think about it. Smoke is out. This is going to be Smoke's final chance to get a time in, or else he's going to be starting from the back with Redline. Like I said, coming around here now. Graybush about to enter the third sector here. Let's see how his time is looking. Oh, and he is actually saving over half a second here now, going into the final sector. Oh, but he spins going into the final sector, up half a second on his lap time. That's going to be it for Graybush's qualifying, more than likely. I think that's going to be it, but we just missed it as that happened. As he spins, Abrupt with the 121.5 beats Vodka Victory's pole time in the last 2 minutes of the session. Only a minute left now. Vodka in the pits. Druply now also posting a faster time than Vodka, 121.7, just barely faster though, but Abrupt saving actually a couple tenths over Vodka. So with 1 minute left of the qualifying, it's looking like Abrupt might have his first pole position here in PGR in a very long time. And now I think, actually, now I think about it, I think he had pole last weekend as well. So Abrupt starting off this season, actually, wow. We just had him in the interview. He said he wasn't feeling that good about here at Monza tonight. But looking super strong pace-wise. This is definitely the fastest we've ever seen Abrupt running here at Monza. He's on some next level stuff here. Firewater not going to be able to improve his time. Wooly is up 2 tenths though. He might be able to improve his time. Hold on with him. See what happens. That's going to be it, guys, doing their final times. Smoke still not with a time down. Slim Fug has retired in the pits from session. He's taken that. 10th. Let's see. Wooly could still save some time here, potentially move up position on Firewater and start on the second row. Can he do it? Coming around the final turn. Wooly crosses the line. And boom! Wooly enters the 121s. Manages to post a faster time than Firewater. Firewater still going around, though, if he can improve Sector 3. Would have to be a big improvement, though. It's looking kind of rough. J-Vac's going to be unable to improve. And now Firewater making a mistake there. That's going to be it. Wow, Wooly managing to move over there over Firewater at the last second. So he's going to be starting, Wooly going to be starting on the second row with Vodka victory. And the front row, we're going to have Abrupt on pole in the Ferrari, followed by Druply in the Haas. So yeah, great stuff to Abrupt for a solid, super solid pole there on a track that he didn't even expect to get it on. Vodka held it for most of the session, but then him and Druply just came out of nowhere and took it from, but it's by very small margins. Like you said, anything can happen during the race. You know, Vodka started from 4th last weekend and still won the race, so anything's possible. Could still turn out well for Vodka victory. You'll have to wait and see. Other than that, though, solid laps from Firewater and Stoney as well. As well as the Mercedes, the Slingshot, and Slim up there in the mix. Now, I'm just being told that it looks like they're going to have to fix the grid for Great Ace, because, yeah, that was a pretty ridiculous penalty. I've never seen anything like that before, so there will be a little bit of a wait before the race, folks, because we do got to get everything sorted, as the game just gave him a 5-place grid penalty for some reason, so bear with us. But yeah, like I said, bear with us, folks. We got to get you know, a new lobby sorted out and fix up the grid because of the game giving Great Ace that ridiculous penalty out of nowhere. When I mean, like, we were watching him, he didn't do anything crazy. Um, so yeah, it's pretty insane. So we're going to get that all fixed up so Grid A starts in the proper spot, which as we saw there was 9th. Had a decent time to start the qualifying session, but was unable to improve his time, so he's going to be starting in 9th. So we'll see how this plays out. Interesting that, yeah, so Smoke and Redline will also be starting from the back, as neither of them posted times. So we'll see what they're able to do here tonight, especially Smoke. If he can redeem himself from last weekend and go on a run. As his teammate Abrupt is going off right now. Like, Abrupt with that pole. Absolutely insane. But you kind of forget two of the new guys as well, Drooply and Wooly, both coming in with really good pace as well. Up there competing with Vodka and Abrupt. But it's all going to come down to who's most consistent at the end of the day. But yeah, bear with us, folks. We're going to take a quick intermission here just to get the lobby. Sorry, yeah, we're just going to take a quick intermission just to get the lobby all sorted out and fixed up. So everyone starts the race in their proper spots. That's why we'll join back when we're ready to start a full race. Alrighty, folks. Sorry for the long intermission there. We are back. We had to get the grid all sorted out, and drivers had to take their couple-minute intermission to prepare for the full race. But here we go, doing the out lap, the formation lap to set the grid. So let's get everything situated here now and see what everyone's running. So, like we said, Abrupt starting from the race on pole position. Him and Droopy in the front and both rocking the mediums, but everyone behind them in the nearby vicinity going to be starting on the hards instead. So I imagine at the start we're going to see a fight right off the gate between Abrupt and Droopy for lead of the race. Others on the mediums include, looks like both Mercedes drivers have also gone for the mediums, as well as Vodka's teammate Watchman and J-Max and Doyle, all starting on the mediums. Then you have the others, like I said, Vodka, Wooly, Fire, Stony, Great Ace, Greybush, and Smoke, all opting for the hards. And then the Soul Red Line at the very back, Soul Man on the softs. He's hoping to, looking like he might have a tough time here tonight, but who knows? Maybe he'll actually, sometimes, like we saw last season when Gator won here for Ferrari, it's sometimes if you just get the strategy right here at Monza, you can win. So it's gonna be a bit of a coin flip here in terms of which strategy ends up being the right one. Just have to wait and see. Yeah, like I said, nice to see a bunch of cars you wouldn't expect to see near the front. Up near the front, such as the Aston Martin, the Alpha Tauri, the Haas. Really cool to see. Here we go, everyone getting in their respective spots here now on the grid. Hopefully everyone can contain themselves on this first chicane here. Not go too bonkers. Can't get a sight of the lights, shit. But anyway, it's lights out and away we go. Here at Monza, here at the Italian Grand Prix. Like I said, Droopy already making a run on Abrupt, trying to take first position away from him. Up to the chicane here. Let's see how this turns out. For everyone going down the line as they come around this first chicane. Oh, already a bit of a bump between the Slingshot and the Alpha Tire driver of Stony. First little incident there. Slingshot and Stony already suffering because of that there after the beginning. But not terrible, not terrible. That's the only little thing that happened there. We move, we move. Abrupt, like I said, has now fallen behind Droopy. Droopy taking the lead of the race. And now Abrupt has Vodka, though, and Wooly, who want to make a run for the win as well. Held up behind him. Doyle and J-Max have now fallen to the back. Smoke and Redline have managed to move up a couple of positions. And there we go. As you can see, Vodka victory. Makes a super smooth overtake on Abrupt there to move up into second position. Made it look easy there. Really clean overtake. Good stuff to him. Yeah, on Sector 3, though, looks like the Ferrari of Smoke, though, yes, has lost control of his car. He's going to drop down to the back. Smoke clearly not having a good race here tonight. Already out the gate. Have to see if he can turn things around as the race progresses. Great Ace, though, has already had, no pun intended, a great start to the race. Moved up into 5th after all that madness. Just behind Wooly and Abrupt. Good stuff to him. Also Slim. Slim also has moved up to 7th here. As you can see at the moment. Let's hold on with Watchman losing in position 2. Greybush there. Greybush moving up into 10th. Stone here now. Ooh, Slim goes wide there, I think. Yeah. So holds position. Ooh, Great Ace. Losing control there. Falls down but to the back there. Commentator's curse just said he had a great start. Now he's all the way down in 11th. Slingshot, though, has now moved himself back up into 8th just behind his teammate, Slim. And as we saw there, we missed there because, I should say, because we had to pan back. But looks like Stoney has now overtaken Slim as well. Moved himself up to 6th in that Alfa Romeo. Stoney trying to recover positions there. Redline moving up into 11th. Past Great Ace on those soft tires, though, so he will have to pit before everyone else. More than likely. We'll see how this plays out. Drupally setting an even faster lap on those medium tires at the front. DRS has now been enabled, though. So we're going to have to check in with some of these guys. See how they're doing. Great Ace already being forced to pit due to his accident there. See how that progresses. Slingshot already picking up a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. Here we go. On board with Watchman. Now is just behind Greybush. Trying to take the position back from him. Let's see what he does here. Going into the chicane. Moves onto the grass for some reason. Forced to go wide off the track. Not really sure what happened there. I guess he noticed that he braked a lot later than he was supposed to. And had to make evasive maneuvers to cover it. But Slingshot. Ooh, Slingshot and Greybush going wide off onto the grass. What happened there? I have no words for that. I have no idea what just happened. No idea what just happened there whatsoever. But Greybush and Slingshot were both off on the grass there, but managed to recover it and come back on track safe and sound. But now Slingshot is down with Greybush 10th and 11th. Moves up on him, though. Still. Oh! But Redline F1 in the Haas. Loses control there. He's now back in 12th. Doyle moves up into 11th. Crazy stuff going on at the back here right now. Smoke also capitalizing on that moving up position. We got to catch up to Wooly, who's there going side by side with Abrupt. Bangs into Abrupt. Sends Abrupt off to the side, but Abrupt manages to recover, come back on track ahead of Wooly. But concedes the position, lets Wooly go ahead of him. I guess Abrupt figures he was in the wrong there. Gives the position back to Wooly after what happened there at the chicane. So Abrupt is now in 4th with Fire and Stony Clawn at his heels. Moves Wooly up into 3rd so he can chase down Vodka and Drupally. Watchman picks up a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, crazy what just happened there. A little bit of a collision between Wooly and Abrupt at that first chicane there, but both the guys were able to make it through and go about things in a fair manner. So great to see. Here we go, back on straightaway. Abrupt trying to retake the position from Wooly, and he does successfully. Wooly now also having to watch out for Firewater, who's coming right behind. Going to be looking to make a move on him in this DRS zone. This incoming DRS zone. Going to be looking to make a move. See how they take the chicane. Unfortunately, Firewater unable to get past Wooly there. Going to be trying to look for something here, though. Let's see. Redline F1 picking up a 5-second penalty. He's already being forced to pit. It seems Redline has already been forced to pit. Wasn't able to get too far on those softs. That's going to be it for Redline. He's going to be all the way at the back now. Going to have a mountain to climb. Just wants to get back in those points. Stoney now, though, just behind Wooly and Firewater. All three of these guys pretty close. Abrupt now in 3rd. But all these guys still far off Vodka and Drupally. Vodka, the only one gaining some time on Drupally here. Only a second and a half behind him now compared to what it was before. My Vodka is on the opposite strategy of Drupally, so that could also play into things here as this race progresses. Watchman currently in 8th, splitting the Mercedes drivers. But of course he does have that penalty along with Slingshot. And as we see, coming for the first chicane there. Like I said, all three of these guys super close. We're going to hold on with them for the time being. See how this progresses. Firewater, you can tell, really trying to find a safe spot to overtake Wooly, but holy shit, great ace post fastest lap of the session so far. Now it is on the soft tires though. Didn't notice that, but yeah, it is on the soft tires. So great ace post fastest lap of the session. For the time being though, it is on the soft tires. We'll see how this goes. Watching from Stoney's perspective here, like I said, all three of these guys pretty close to one another here. Wooly's gonna have to claw back to get back into Abrupt though. Abrupt, more than likely, like I said, opposite strategies will pick before Wooly. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, Stony, Firewater, and Wooly here just going at it. Trying to keep an eye. What happens with him? But come back to Greybush here, coming in the DRS zone, looking to make a move on Watchman, and he does successfully. Greybush moves up into 9th on the hard compound tires. Ooh, as Watchman goes wide there, is forced to recover, come back on track. That's going to give Greybush a bit of a gap to him to continue on with his race and try to catch some of the other guys. Great Ace posting another faster lap. Good stuff to Greybush moving up into 9th. Still with no penalties yet. Watchman picking up another 3-second time penalty. These are definitely going to come back to bite him if he wants to finish in the points. Firewater, we got a bit of a DRS train going here. Wooly. If any of these guys are able to make the move. Firewater got really close there to Wooly. Let's see if he can make the move on him going into this DRS zone here. He goes for a move, but is forced to relent. Wasn't able to quite close the gap there. Firewater is going to have to ease off again. But as we can see at the front here, it looks like Vodka still unable to gain a ton of time over Drupally just yet. Still 2 seconds behind Drupally. Abrupt still several seconds behind two of them. So the front's still pretty spread out here. Smoke, though, still in the race after his incident. Currently in 11th on the hard tires. Still able for him to get points for Ferrari. Should be great to see. Really trying. Both of them running that curve along wide as far as they can. Stoney going side by side, wheel to wheel with Firewater here, looking to make the move in the DRS zone. And he does successfully. Stoney pulling ahead of Firewater there. Good stuff. Good move from Stoney there in the DRS zone. Though Firewater still just right behind him. Very easy for him to still take the position back if he wants to. But now this will give Stoney You know, Firewater was unable to make a move on Wooly the entire time. Question is, will Stony now be able to make a move on Wooly? Looks like Firewater has made a mistake. He has fallen off of Stony and Wooly there a little bit. So now I was just waiting to see, can Stony make the move on Wooly in the next DRS zone? Let's find out. Here we go. He's using his ERS. He's using his battery as well. Coming in DRS. Stony going to make the easy move to the left. And try to swoosh right ahead of Wooly. Let's see. He's able to secure it going into this first chicane here. And he's able to do it quite smoothly. Good stuff to Stony. Moving himself up into fourth in that Alfa Romeo. Now, Wooly was unable to gain much time over the two guys behind him. Now to see if Stony will be able to close any amount of gap to Wooly and Firewater behind him. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3, though. Watchman getting another warning there. It looks like Greybush manages to get past, in all that commotion, Greybush manages to get past Slingshot there, moves up into 8th. Good stuff to him. Continuing on his trek in this race. Oh, a little bit of lag, a little bit of glitchy shit going on there between Slingshot and Greybush. Obviously, the two of them were the ones who were off track earlier. As we see now, Great Ace forced to pit. Once again, Great Ace second time pitting this race already. Only 2 laps out on the hards. Like, what is he doing? As Slingshot goes wheel to wheel with Greybush coming into this chicane. Oh, makes slight contact with Greybush there. That wasn't super clean. Not the cleanest overtake from Slingshot there, that's for sure. Greybush still in it, though. Didn't lose control. Stony, though, takes fastest lap from Great Ace, though, with the 123.9. Droopley, now our first front runner to pit on the mediums, going into the pits for his hard compound tires already. It's now going to give Vodka the lead of the race for the time. Stony and Wooly still near each other. But yeah, I'm not really sure what was on the go. Like, Great Ace already pitting a second time. I knew he had to pit the first time due to the damage he sustained, but now Great Ace has been forced to pit a second time, and he's back out on these hards. Just one of those races. I don't know if you guys watched, anyone chat was watching last season, but just another one of those Great Ace strategy moments where you're just so confused at what he's doing. Like, why, like, the weirdest old strategies that are going to get him nowhere. Like, he's just losing more and more time every time he pits. Absolutely bamboozling. But on board with Wooly here now. Coming in the DRS zone. Going to be looking to take the position back from Stony. Looking to make the move. Moves up alongside him on the right. And cuts in around. Inside. Good stuff too. Wooly making the move back on Stony there. Retaking third position for this race. See how this progresses between these two. Ooh! Bit of contact there. Stony shoving Wooly. Stony banging right into Wooly there. Causing a power vacuum for Firewater to gain off the two of them. And move himself back up ahead of them. But yeah, contact from Stony banging into Wooly there. That's definitely caused some damage either to one of the drivers or both of them. J-Max pulling into the pits now. He's going to his hard tires. But yeah, not really sure what happened there with Wooly and Stony. That seemed kind of rotten. Stony, again, had a lot of incidents like those last season where he ended up banging into the back of people. So definitely has no excuses left at this point in terms of hitting into the back of people, if that was the cause. But it also kind of seemed like Wooly locked up a little bit, so Very weird incident there. Very, very strange. So Abrupt has now pit. He's going to be coming out on his hard tires. As we see Wooly make the move on Firewater. Beautiful overtake coming out of the DRS zone. Swoops right in ahead of him. Oh, as Firewater spins! Another incident with Firewater. He had the incident last weekend at Hungary with Larry. And now, that's Stoney's second big incident this race. Stoney already had the incident with Wooly. And now, him and Firewater both have a little spin / collision there. So now this has brought Slim, because of all these guys messing around, this has actually brought Slim back into the mix. Now Slim is on the mediums though, so he will have to pit, of course. But this has actually brought some of the rest of the guys like Slim and Greybush back up into the mix now. So Drupally is fast approaching. He wants to gain back those positions on his fresh, hard tires. Looks like we're going to be seeing him try to make a move on Greybush here soon. Doyle coming out of the pits now on his fresh, hard tires. Oh, it looks like that's the Alpine of, there's the Alpine of J-Max off the track there, having a honker of a race. Both Alpine drivers just having a really tonight. There goes, and like we said, there goes Slim into the pits there now to come out in his hard tires. Move Drupally and Greybush up. Drupally going for the easy move to the right of Greybush there. Greybush on the much older tires. Oh, gonna have to concede, but Drupally goes way off. Misses his braking point, so caught up in the overtake, he's gonna have to take the side road. You can see he's having some real trouble trying to ease himself back in there, but yeah. Drupally had a super easy move there on Greybush, but ended up braking way too late, and now that's giving Greybush room to retake the position once again. Holding 5th. But keep in mind, all these guys at the front still have not pitted just yet, though. Let's wait and see how it plays out. Meanwhile, Abrupt, who's also on fresh tires, is now behind Drupally once again, just like he was at the beginning of this race. Watch him picking up another penalty. These penalties are going to screw him out of the points, even though he's currently in 8th. Stoney to the pit, though, and get off the medium tires. So, Abrupt having to ease off there. Losing some time to Drupally. Yellow flag in Sector 1. Looks like J-Max having trouble now on fresh softs, having more trouble into the wall. J-Max, like I said, is just having a stinker of a race, but Greybush also loses control of his car. That's his That's his own first personal mistake of the race so far right there. He's going to have to pit off these hards, go on to the mediums now. And Greybush picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Suddenly Greybush's race has just completely turned upside down from him. Just like that. Holding on with Stoney here now, who's just behind Firewater. Both these guys third and fourth, but Stoney spins as well! Incident after incident here. All these guys are starting to make mistakes now. On these worn tires. These worn tires getting the best of them now. Stoney looks like he might have to pit off these hards as well. He's trying his best to hold on, but losing it there. And now he's lost that whole gap to Stoney. Now he has Drupally and Abrupt coming behind him. It looks to me like Stoney might have no choice but to pit now. And let these two guys go by. And there we go. As you can see, Wooly going into the pits now. Same with Firewater. Wouldn't be surprised to see Stoney go in here now as well. Let's see. He decides to do. Yep, Stoney going into the pits as well. Gonna let Drupally and Abrupt go on. All these guys coming out in their mediums now. Vodka Victory, though, still leading the race. Still has not pit just yet. I guess he's trying to get a clean moment to pit. Vodka still hasn't gotten caught up in any shit so far this race. Made a really clean move on Abrupt earlier, trying to secure his win the second race of the season. Just as he won the first one by being super clean. Yeah, everyone getting a little spaced out here now, though. Who is left to pit? Smoke, 15 laps out on his hard, same as Vodka. And Watchman, 15 laps in the mediums. But there we go. Vodka finally pulls into the pits. But Watchman, like I said, still out on these 15-lap old mediums. Like, he's going to have to pit here again soon, I would imagine. As he's right there, got Wooly right behind him. Wooly on the fresh mediums. And there we, yeah. Here we go into the DRS zone. Wooly's going to be looking to make that easy move on Watchman. And it looks like Watchman's going into the pits anyway. Good decision from Watchman there. Oh, Wooly coming, locking up a little bit there. Watchman coming out on the softs to finish the race. Actually going for something a little different than everyone else. Gotta give him props for being a little ballsy. Go for, you gotta sometimes if you want to try to beat people out. The pits coming out now. Smoke on the meat coming out in fresh mediums. Gonna hold on with Abrupt now for the time being. Trying to catch up to Drupally, both of them on the hard tires to finish the race. Getting hunted down by Wooly and Fire on the mediums. But yeah, this thing has turned upside down for Stoney though. Like, got caught up in two really bad incidents there, banging into Wooly and then spinning out with Firewater. Showing that, like, as we saw, you know, definitely not the cleanest driver. No offense to Stoney, definitely not the cleanest driver last season. Still showing he has some racecraft to work on. As we can see at the back now, Doyle on the McLarens. Trying to move up that position over Redline in the Haas. Coming in this DRS zone here, should be able to make a fairly clean move here. On Redline, but Redline is defending well. Moves up alongside him to the left. And Doyle's able to make the move, moves up ahead of Redline F1. Into 12th, but Redline's going to fight him again, going side by side with Doyle. Both of them fighting, coming around this final turn of the track. Redline goes wide, though. Gives it back up to Doyle once again. Both of them going side by side once again here on the straight. Both of them fighting for this position here. Redline. Now moving ahead of Doyle once again. Both of these guys having a good scrap here. Though they are way off the points still. Still super behind the rest of the guys for points. As we can see, Vodka still holding lead of the race. 4.5 second gap to Drupally. With 8 laps to go here at Monza. Let's see what's going to happen. Because right now it's looking like it could be an identical podium. It's really looking like it could be an identical podium to last week's race. Maybe not in the same order, but identical people. Because last weekend at Hungary... Oh, let's check in with the Red Bull driver of Greybush there, who has spun. made another mistake. Now he's lost a position to Smoke, which has caused him to fall out of the points. Let's give Smoke now the opportunity to move up into the points. But as I was saying, yeah, so right now this is the exact same top three we had last weekend at Hungary. Last weekend in Hungary, it was the exact same top three of Vodka, Victory, Druply, and Abrupt. So we'll see if it's the exact same podium this weekend as well. It'll be interesting to see. Vodka still would have holding a 5-second gap. Druply hasn't made a single mistake here tonight. Very solid drive from Vodka. The question is, Abrupt, his tires are slightly more fresh and new than Druply. 2-lap fresher tires than Druply. So the question is, will Abrupt be able to catch Druply before the end of this race and get that position over him? We want to see that as well. Yellow flag sector 1 there, not sure what that was. Not super sure what that was there, unfortunately. You can see now it's Stoney Stewart. As you can see here though, Stoney is starting to gain some time on the Mercedes driver Slim. He's starting to catch up to him a little bit. Looks like he's still a bit too far away though going into this DRS zone. Gonna have to wait. The Slim's light is flashing. He is out of battery. Stoney's still with a ton of battery saved up. Stoney not going to be able to get anything off of this DRS zone. Gonna have to wait it out. But as you can see, Stoney has now caught up right to the back of Slim, though. Wants to gain a position for the end of the race. At least. Because he was definitely at least up in that top 6 with Fire and Wooly. So he wants to gain this position back from Slim. Slim and Slingshot currently 6th and 8 in their Mercedes. Still looking like a strong duo. Just like last week. And there we go. Stoney makes the clean move on Slim in the DRS zone. Good stuff to him. Five laps left of the race. It's really coming down here now. As we can see, though, I only just noticed at that time. Unfortunately, I don't know how long ago it happened, but there we go. Stoney with fastest lap at the moment. But yeah, so as I was saying, I don't know when it happened. I only just noticed that time, but J-Max has DNF'd the race. J-Max has retired from the race. So unfortunately, J-Max's first race in PGR has ended in a DNF. So hopefully he'll be able to bounce back next weekend at COTA, where there will also be a sprint race. Was really struggling out here tonight, unfortunately. Not a race they want to remember. Abrupt still unable to quite catch Druply. He's not super far behind, but like still not in that range. Still not in the DRS range, unfortunately. He's starting to gain some time on him now, though. 1.2, 1.3. I don't know. Let's check the batteries. Druply is almost out of battery, though. Very low on ERS. So that could be Abrupt saving grace going into the final couple laps here, though he's getting distracted by Doyle's Ghost here. Doyle's Ghost getting in the way. Stoney setting an even faster lap. First 122 of the session. So Stoney is flying here now. But will he have enough time to catch up to Firewater? We'll have to wait and see. Gonna give an applause to everyone here tonight. Super clean driving from everyone for the most part. Again, there were some weird incidents, like Wooly and Stoney was a bit of a weird one. Same thing with Greybush and Slingshot. Those were two little weird incidents, but other than that, it's been pretty clean here for most of the race tonight, so good stuff to the drivers. Holding their spots. Druply now 3.5 seconds behind Vodka. I think it was over 5 seconds. So Druply has been gaining some time on Vodka, but still not quite enough yet. Gain any position. Same thing with Abrupt behind him. Still hasn't been able to gain that time back. As you can see, Wooly on these mediums, though, like I said, he is still trying to catch up to Abrupt. This is Wooly's first race in PGR, and he's here in 4th right now. We have a yellow flag down Sector 1. Looks like something happened with Watchman there, but he's okay, still on track. Doyle picks up a time penalty. But as we were saying about Wooly, yeah, this is Wooly's first race in PGR, and just like Druply, he's up there fighting for a podium. 3 laps to go of the race. Will he be able to fight Abrupt and steal that podium away from him? Let's find out. It's going to be tough though, but he just has to hope that his tires... He has to hope that his 9-lap old medium tires have more juice in them than Abrupt's 12-lap old hard ones. That's what it's going to come down to. Who can manage their tires better? It looks like Wooly has already closed that gap a little bit to Abrupt, under a second to Abrupt now, actually, with still 3 laps to go. This is definitely doable for Wooly. Yep, definitely doable for Wooly to catch Abrupt out here and potentially steal the podium away from him. So we're going to hold on with them for the moment here now and see. Druply has also slowly been gaining time on Vodka Victory, as we can see as well. Druply now only 2.8 seconds behind Vodka. So he has slowly been gaining time on him. So we're going to have to wait and find out what happens with these two guys, Druply and Wooly. Definitely at least Wooly. It looks like Wooly, now like I said, he's starting to get close to that half-second range where he might be able to catch Abrupt out in the DRS zone, coming up with 2 laps left of the race. Similar to what Druply did to Slingshot last weekend at Hungary. Could steal the podium away from him. Let's find out. Second last lap of the race. Unfortunately, Wooly is completely out of ERS, so he has no ERS to back him up, though. Watchman picks up another time penalty. But yeah, that's the thing, though. Unfortunately, Wooly has no ERS to back him up, while meanwhile, Abrupt still has 40% of his remaining. So if Abrupt's smart, he can definitely still defend against Wooly, just by having that battery advantage alone. That ERS advantage alone could be the deciding factor between Abrupt and Wooly here. We'll just have to wait and see. now. Coming up to the final turn, I should say. But here we go, final lap. Coming into this long, straight DRS zone for Wooly. This is going to be his chance if he can do something here in the DRS zone. But again, he has no battery. Whereas, as we can see, Abrupt still has 17% of his. But Abrupt is having to use all of his just to defend against Wooly right now. And that's all it's coming down to. And there we go, Abrupt defends against Wooly for that entire DRS straight. Though the ERS gap is starting to get closed a little bit. As you can see, Abrupt is running low on DRS. He is running low a bit now. He only got like 10% left. He's starting to come down to the same amount that Wooly has. So it is still possible. There is still that one final DRS zone that Wooly could catch Abrupt slipping on. But he is starting to lose some time here now to him. Here we go, coming up to this DRS zone for Wooly. But unfortunately, he's out of range. Looking like he's not going to be able to pull anything off of this for him. Coming up the chicane. Oh, Wooly having to make a little adjustment there. But he's unable to pull ahead of Abrupt in that DRS zone. Just behind him, Podium just out of range, just out of reach, coming into the final turn of the race. And there we go, Vodka Victory is your race winner tonight here at Monza. He won at Hungary, and now he has won at Monza as well. Vodka Victory wins the first and second race of PGR Season 9. Good stuff to him. Followed by Drupally and Abrupt on the podium once again, just like last week. Abrupt just barely able to defend against Wooly there due to having that extra ERS. But great stuff to Wooly as well with that 4th place finish. Followed by Firewater and Stony in solid 5th and 6th. Both of them driving pretty solid here tonight as well. And then the Mercedes. We cannot forget about the Mercedes. Slim and Slingshot 7th and 8th. Great stuff to them as well. Great showing from them. Another solid performance for the Mercedes drivers. Double points finish. Can't really complain with that. And here we go. The penalties coming into play here now with the final guys coming up to the line. Let's see how this all plays out. Who's going to get the final 2-point spots as they cross the line. Watchman had all those penalties though. Greybush is going to cross the line. Is it going to make the difference? And yes, it is. Greybush, due to all those penalties that Watchman accumulated over the course of the race, Greybush is able to finish ahead of Watchman and secure that final points finish. So once again, just like last weekend, Greybush finishes in 10th position. And great recovery drive to Smoke as well. As you can see, the game gives him driver of the day. Started the race at the back and was able to, even after all those mistakes he made early in the race, Smoke was still able to finish 9th, finish in the points. So great stuff to Smoke. Great recovery from him. But biggest congrats to our race winner tonight, Vodka Victory. Back at it again. 2 wins in a row now on a bit of a streak. Holding that championship lead still. Really wants that championship win that he was unable to get last season. But has some tough competition. That's 2 weeks. However, that is 2 weekends in a row now where Vodka has not started on pole, but still won the race. So it looks like in terms of raw pace, Abrupt and Drupally do have more pace than Vodka. It's just Vodka has had the better race pace. But great stuff. Another great race in the books for PGR. Before we conclude things tonight, we're going to get Vodka, Drupally, and Abrupt in the party once again, just like last week, for a post-race interview. So hold on just 1 minute.
What up, what up?
Yo, let's get the other guys in here. Here's vodka. And we see if we get Drew Bleiner. There we go. Alrighty. Everyone got their audio included?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Turned into a bit of a usual suspect situation going on here.
Good race, man. Good race.
But yeah, solid race from the free guys once again. We're gonna start off with Vodka here. Vodka man, didn't really make a single mistake the whole night. I caught that little move he did on abrupt on the first lap. That was a sick move. How'd you feel about that overall?
I mean, I just practiced my pace where I needed it. Well, I looked for where I could make mistakes, and I just watched for those corners and made my improvements. And I just kept my head down, and I didn't worry about a thing. I just knew that I usually have a solid strategy and a solid pace, so I just stuck to my guns, and there we go, man. Here I am again.
Yeah, here you are again. Not another race where you didn't start on pole, but you won. You gotta be happy in that, man. Good stuff. Not
Appreciate
much
it.
to say once again. Just drove super cleanly and solidly. Now, obviously, we gotta talk about Drupally, man. You've come into this season with a bang. Third place last race of Hungary. Now second here at Monza. How you feeling about that overall? I'm assuming you were hoping you were gonna win the race, but fortunately things didn't turn out that way. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. But so yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. You did a good job of that. You did a good job recovering, and so yeah, good solid start to the season for you, man. Unfortunately, your teammate Redline didn't have as great of a race here tonight as he would have liked. But he was looking good last weekend in Hungary. Still, lots of opportunities for him to prove himself too. Are there any tracks coming up? Because I'm not really sure. Like, you're new to the league. I'm not sure like what kind of tracks you're like a big fan of. Is there anything coming up in the schedule that you're like excited for? Right on. And now, obviously, we gotta finish things off by talking to Abrupt here. Now, Abrupt, when I did the pre-race interview, you said you were just hoping for a points finish, let alone a podium. So,
Yeah, no
and
doubt,
and
no
on
doubt.
top of that, a pole. How were you feeling when you set that pole lap earlier? That must have
That
been.
actually felt nice, but I knew I don't have very good starts, so, you know, it happens.
Yeah, you knew you were going to be in for something there with Drupally off the start, but still great defending there at the end from Wooly, managing to hold on with the battery that you had, the ERS that you had saved up, because he didn't have any, so you were able to use the 40% or so that you had to,
Yeah, I definitely had to manage it for sure. So I knew he was coming, so I was just managing it out of the corners, trying to get a better, just better out of the corners. And I see where in a couple of corners I was way faster, so I tried to maximize them areas.
yeah. But no, both you and Drupally both looking super solid, looking like you're gonna win races. It's just Vodka, the past two has just ended up with the strategy has just worked out for Vodka the past two. With the safety car last weekend. Now, the way that, like Drupally said, the way the stints worked out this time around, and but as we saw last season, obviously Drupally didn't because he's new, but last season was a pretty similar situation where we had three guys, all fairly close. I believe it was Benzo, Pete, and Larry last season were all fairly close to one another for the
Oh, it
first
was
two.
me, Benzo, and Pete.
Yeah, it was for you guys, all pretty close for the first three races, and then it completely changed once it actually like progressed. So, yeah, well, actually, we got some tough tracks coming up. We got Baku, we got Portugal, so that will really show what people are made of, I think. Still a lot to go with this season.
Yeah, definitely. I think Coda's our next race.
Yep, Coda is our next race, and it's a sprint race too, so plenty of opportunity to gain some points. If anyone wants to try to take Vodka on for the
I'm
for the
coming
lead of
after
the
him.
drivers.
He died by me again. I'm putting him right in the wall. I'm kidding. Good race, Vodka.
I'll find out where you live.
But no, solid stuff, fellas. Another solid race from the three of you guys once again. Next week we got Coda. That'll be exciting, and I'm really looking forward to that with the sprint race and all that. So, thank you guys. If anyone's in the chat watching the race, thank you guys for joining for our race tonight. We'll be here same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next weekend, next Saturday night for, like we said, Circuit of the Americas. I'm your host, Sidonian Muse, and we'll see you next weekend.
All right. Thanks for broadcasting.
Thank you for having us,
for us,
Will.
buddy.
Yeah. Sure, guys.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Muse.
peace.
Thank you, Slim.